Well, hello everybody. This is Nicki and Grace Keohoho, all the way from Hawaii. We are so happy to be with all of you and to get to see you and well, we don't get to see you, but we get to hear from you. So type it in, whatever your questions are, comments, thoughts, because we're going to ask a lot of questions during this. So you want to make sure you add your thoughts to that. So let's get started. This is all about the home-based action plan. Now, we're blessed. We've already been working from home, but there are lots of other people that aren't. And maybe your partner, your husband is home now, and that's a big reality check for them and realize what goes on in that house. So we want you to leave with a action plan and to leave with some thoughts to get you going. Plus, when you get the handout that will come to you with the recording, that will be another good thing, a tool for you to use. So let's get started. We have here our focus. So our focus today is all about learning how to optimize your mindset. You know, all of us want to work on our thoughts and what we're focused on. So that optimizing your mindset is a powerful skill to have. How to create a family business and engage your family in the business. How to create virtual connections using technology and other methods. Discover how to brighten someone's life with this business. How to invite and share. This is the best time that we've ever had to do this. So let's start off with optimizing your mindset. Your thoughts are the most important thing we have. Doesn't matter what you thought yesterday, even 5 minutes ago. What you're thinking right now is the most important thing. So putting good things into our mindset is a critical component. And, you know, I think that's the most valuable tool that you have is the ability to manage your mind, to manage your thoughts, because that can get you out of a funk or in a place where you're not thinking the world is so great and you don't know what to do with it. There are a lot of people right now that are very focused on the news. I avoid the news. Somebody will let me know if I have to put on a mask to go out in the yard. I just know that there is so much negativity that's out there. Let's take care of us. And focusing on your business is a pretty good thing to do right now while you've got time and while you're home. So let's talk about a big factor in focusing on your mindset. Self-coaching is a skill that actually was taught to me by my mother. And I taught it to Grace too. And we're teaching all our grandkids too, and millions of other people. But the point is that self-coaching is a skill for us to take care of ourselves. So every day, you know, my mom didn't call it self-coaching. We came up with that name, and I think other people are using it now, but she taught me what you think about, you bring about. So every morning before I get out of bed, people that room with me at places think I'm in there sleeping. I'm actually doing my self-coaching. My feet don't hit the floor until I've done my self-coaching. So some of those morning questions, what am I most excited about today? Versus what do I have to do today? You know, what am I looking forward to? Whose life can I make a difference in today? And you're going to get this recording, so you can come back and grab these again. The other one is just, you know, who will I make smile today? And right now, more than ever, connecting with people is important. Many people are feeling very isolated. We all know what's going on out there in the world, and we're all doing our part to keep the world safe. And then some people are feeling isolated. So by you picking up the phone and contacting someone, you're bringing joy to them, and that is creating more connection for you. We're going to talk about that more later. So those morning questions matter. And I'm going to have Grace add her favorites at the end here. So questions throughout the day. Something goes wrong. Anything can happen in a day. Maybe you had a customer that was kind of crabby on the phone. So here's a great question. How can I reset my day now? What can I refocus on now? What control do I have over how I'm feeling right now? What am I going to do about that? There's all through the day. We can coach ourselves. We don't have a coach maybe sitting right next to you, at least not within 6 or 7 feet, but you're focusing on your coaching. how you do this for yourself. Remember, these questions start with who, what, when, where, and how, because those are open-ended questions and we talk. We can do these same things with our family, with our children. What was the best thing that happened today? You know, who did you make smile today? What was funny today? All those things they make us feel better. How about the evening questions? What you put into your brain the last 45 minutes of every day makes a massive difference on what results you'll have the following day. So don't be watching the news before you go to bed. Don't be watching murder and all that stuff that's out there. Put good things into your mindset. So at evening, whose life did I make a difference in today? What did I love about today? How did I enjoy the peace that I have in my life right now? Peace is important right now for everybody. And you can be at peace with yourself. By the way, I have a very dear friend that lives in Seattle that is in a bad situation. Her development she's in has a lot of people with the virus. So she's been inside for 10 days, not stepped out the door. And she said to me, Nicki, I am at peace with myself. I'm happy being with myself. I can always find something to do. And so I thought, wow, just think if you were a person that just couldn't stand being with yourself or you weren't happy alone. She's able to do that. So she's charging right on through this thing. So all of us take the time to find out what brings you peace right now. Maybe it's meditation. I posted something on my personal Facebook a couple days ago with calming music and thoughts and things like that. All of us can share those tools with other people. So all those self-coaching questions make a difference. Grace, do you have some more to add that are your favorites?
Well, I think what's important is that we have this mind muscle working to everyone's collective advantage, and that we're intentional and strategic with the questions that we ask ourselves. I was at a class recently, and a woman shared with me, she said, Grace, after I went to one of your classes, I went and I took my phone and I created a quick timer or notification with those questions into my phone so that throughout the day, when the notification went off, it was asking me a question that would support me to create progress, to awaken the greatest expression of myself, to move forward with vigor and enthusiasm. So these questions are intentionally happening throughout the day to optimize your mindset and support you to move forward or bounce forward faster. What's also valuable about having an optimized mindset is that people tend to gravitate to people that they'd like to be around or that they would like to become. And so, how you show up in what's happening in your inner world is reflected in your outer experiences. So, and you're advancing, Nicki.
I know. I'm trying to go backwards. Sorry, everybody. Oh, this is so fun. You're going to get a little preview here, really quick preview. That's all you're getting.
Okay. So we got what we like to say is we have technical opportunities.
Yes.
And so with self-coaching, what is important here, ladies and gentlemen, is that you're practicing it so that it becomes permanent. Your questions, it's one of my favorite African proverbs, and it states, when there's no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot harm you. So your self-coaching practice creates an ally within you. And what you are saying to yourself, again, is going to be reflected externally. Also, when you practice this art of self-coaching, when you go to coach someone else, you will be fluid, you will be efficient, you will be impactful because your skill set is sharp versus dull. When we're not practicing self-coaching, and there was evidence of it recently where someone called the police in California because someone cut in front of them in the Costco line. I mean, who does that? That person, it was very evident that there wasn't a lot of self-coaching happening. So this is a way for us to lessen, um, be a light, be sunshine on a cloudy day. It is a way for us to show up, like we mentioned earlier, in the greatest expression of you. Also, I was on a call recently and someone shared with me, she said, Grace, I'm going to teach this to my children.
Mm.
I even had an opportunity to do this. There was a disagreement between two of my little ones. And rather than telling them, be nice, be patient, work together, I asked them, so how can you work together? How can you be patient with one another? What what will it take for you to be kind and respectful to each other and those that you're around? So rather than making statements, asking questions, mind processes questions 6 to 7 times faster than it does statements. So it's valuable for
Mm.
you to practice this art of self-coaching. Any thoughts, comments, or questions on what we just shared with you?
Thank you, Kendra. We're pleased that you're with us too. Somebody told me, and I'd have to go back up to the top, but in the little chat box, if you have a little thing that has 3 dots, lower the 3 dot or punch on that 3 dots, and what it says is all panelists and attendees. Save chat, all panelists and attendees. And I put it for all panelists and attendees, but I don't know if it's set that way for you. So don't know if you still can see it, but we're just glad that you're here.
Yes.
So chat
Oh,
up.
good.
Okay.
Yep.
I just have to tell you a funny story because this just happened this week. You know, everybody right now is trying to do things with their family and be home and be together. And Grace got us a lot of games to play, and so a lot of those good things are happening. And it's so funny. We were watching the Dog's Purpose. It's a great movie for family, and there's a part one, part two. Part two, they both have Dennis Quaid in it, but part two there was the ugliest dog I've ever seen in my life in this movie. And it was no fur and it had this white hair that stood straight up with this pink bow. And it was just and under my breath. You know me, I am not a judgmental person. I really work to not be judgmental. I don't want to do that to anybody. Anyway, I just was sitting there and I just popped out, but it was quiet. And I said, that is the ugliest dog I've ever seen. And my little Maya, who's 6, jumps out of her chair, stops the TV, comes and stands in front of me and puts her hands on her waist. And she said, Mimi, I can't even believe you said that. That was judgmental. And you could have really hurt that dog's feelings and that parent's feelings if they were there. I just hope that you won't do that again. And it was so cute because she said, what else could you have said? I mean, a little coaching question. What else could you have said beside that's the ugliest dog in the world? You know, and I said, I could have said that's an interesting dog or that's a unique dog. I could have said something different. The conversation was unbelievable. So when you do these things with your family, they bring it back to you just just so you know. So I said I was sorry to everybody. I was a lack of judgment. Oh, by the way, she also said you can't judge a book by its cover. I don't know where she heard that, but that's what she came up with. So kids are funny. So let's move on from self-coaching. What do we got next here? Let's take a look. Well, maybe if we can advance. This is all about creating a family business. We want to make sure that at this time more than ever that we're really engaging our family in the business. And Grace is masterful at this. So Grace, take it away.
Oh, well, I'm a work in progress. So, when I've arrived, I am dead. So I'm constantly, persistently, and consistently looking for ways to improve. And so there are a few things that I have learned in that pursuit uh, of getting better in a variety of things. And so with creating a family business, this is super valuable and important at this stage and at this time. And how have we accomplished that? Well, there's a few things. One is to deem this our business. Okay, wait, Nikki,
It's there.
I'm
It's
gonna
there.
go forward. May I go one more forward?
Okay, there we go.
Thank you. So our business versus or my business. So when I go to describe the business with our family, I'm talking to them about this being our family business, and these are the things that our family business is providing versus my business. So I encourage you to use even that simple adjustment in your language. What happens is that it makes people feel a part of the process and a part of the journey versus separated from the business. Also, what I found to be valuable is to ask very simple questions like, how can you contribute to our family business? So if you have younger children or even older children, how can you contribute to our family business? And then finally, how would you like to be rewarded for your efforts? So how could we reward you for your efforts and what you contribute? Can you go one more slide, Nikki?
Hmm.
So this takes us into pride in earning equals pride in owning. And I learned this actually from Mark Victor Hansen. He taught this to me many years ago, and it stayed with me and it served my family so well. And what he stated was, he said, when they earn it, they value it, they appreciate it, it becomes important. So rather, and he said, I have a specific example. My children received a bike as a gift, and one day the bikes were left outside. They came in and said, Dad, the bikes are gone. Can you get us some new bikes? And he asked, well, where were they? Oh, we forgot them on the sidewalk. Well, they were gone in a hot minute. And so he said, well, yes, you can have new bikes when you earn them. So you're going to earn the new bikes that you'd like. And what was fascinating about that is once they did earn their new bikes, they were they had champion mindsets. They were raised in that environment. They went out, earned the money, purchased their own bikes. Where do you think those bikes were parked? They were parked in the garage. He said, when they earn it, they value it. And so giving your family members an opportunity, we've had several family meetings under the current circumstances and where our world is right now. We've had an abundance of family meetings and we've talked about various ideas. We're planning together. We're talking about having a team effort. We're talking about being stewards of our resources and how can we steward our resources? What is their understanding of what's happening? And how can we support one another and our community? And so our children and my husband have been doing a variety of different projects to give back. There are a lot of people here in our community that are without a job, that are without food, and so our children are working on cutting fish and sharing fish with community members and friends and family to support them because we can and because our family they're fit. We live in Hawaii. I'm not sure if everyone knows that we live in Hawaii, and so again, everyone is working together and collaborating, and everyone has a role and a position in the family to make a difference. So this comes to right now more than ever before, being able to have these conversations, asking them the questions, what do you understand that's happening right now? How can we work together? How can we collaborate in our family business right now? Because my friends, now is not the time to press the brakes on your business. Now is the time to press the accelerator. There are people that have a need and a desire for an option, a choice. They are looking for work. They're looking for opportunity. And so now is the time to reach out, to connect, to add value, to let people know that you care about them. Let them know that you're available. Let them know that you may have an option for them if they are looking for something that could make a difference for them and the people that they love. So these are some thoughts, though, of how important it is. And even you may have your family, a lot of children are home right now. We're homeschooling them. So being merciful with people that you may be communicating with that have children that are going to come in and be on your Zoom or be on the training. My daughter came in, she was swimming outside yesterday. She came into my conference call. I'm talking to Australia. She comes in naked from the pool. I'm like, well, thank goodness you can only see from here to here. And we just rolled with it. So those are some thoughts though of how to even have some specific strategies of what they can do. Like my children, they earn their screen time, they earn their game time versus it's just given to them. And if they use it for that day, and they go beyond that, then they've used it for the next day. So those are a few thoughts that I have around creating a family business, and then also in this season of the world, how can you team up and work together? So you can go ahead and advance, Nikki.
Well,
Any
I've got
final question?
some questions that came in and a couple of other comments. This was really valid, Charlotte. She said, I no longer have kids in the home, but my father-in-law has recently moved in with us. Thank you for expanding my thoughts about who I can engage and how I might ask them to engage and be a part of the family business. So this is so true, because now, probably more than other times in our history, many people, I have a very dear friend, she just brought her father, went, got him, and brought him to her house because she thought he's not going to be able to get food. He's not going to be able to get it out. And they're playing cards and they're doing other things. But she said he wants to contribute. He's used to being independent. And so now he's really wanting to do some things in support of her. And it doesn't matter if it's putting stamps on things, or, putting labels on things, or taking your inventory and organizing it, or just helping to clean up. I know Grace's kids are all in the office right now, just moving things and sorting and shredding. They love shredding. By the way, it's very powerful. They think that is cool. So shredding, get yourself a shredder if you don't have one, and you can, do that. The idea is, though, that they're involved. We want them to be involved, and they will understand better. And if your spouse is home for the first time, he's been working outside of the home, we want him to see that you really do work. You don't just sit around and watch TV. You have a full life with your business, and he needs to know it. I think he'll have more respect for what you do later on if he hasn't already. So those are just some thoughts around that. Thank you for
And that's
sharing that.
having the conversation. That's having the conversation
Mm.
so that it's clear, everyone is clear. And even my husband and I, we had a meeting separate from our children, and I was talking to him about how we have choices, we have options. So these are some of the perks, benefits, and privileges of when I'm traveling, when I was traveling, or when I'm traveling on Zoom. There are some perks, benefits, and value that comes back to, and there are some benefits that comes back to our household. And so we have options. I don't do that, and this is what the impact will be. Or I do that, and these are some of the impacts that will happen as a result of this effort. So keep that in mind and have that open dialogue. If I do it, this is what we can look forward to. If I don't do it, this is what we can look forward to. So that really puts things quickly in perspective. Oh, yes, make it happen, honey. Make it happen. That's what he's saying. He's like, yep, okay, got the kids. We can do this. So,
That's
uh,
good. So Grace, let's see what you got to say about connections that engage and inspire.
well, these are very important. So we're going to connections now more than ever. People are picking up the phone. They are happy to hear from us. There is, so we have innate needs, and our innate needs are to belong, to connect, and to improve. To belong, to connect, and to improve. And our profession provides all of that. So right now is a time to reach out and connect. I've been on the phone abundantly over the last several weeks, reaching out to people, touching base with people, adding value in a variety of forms, and picking up the phone. So let's go ahead and advance the slides, Nikki, because I want to share with them a few specific strategies. So Zoom and social media. Now, Zoom is one of our favorite technologies, and we're going to be sending you some links for you to be able to have access to an enterprise account with Zoom at a substantially discounted rate. We're talking a 16th of what you would pay if you were to join it directly from Zoom. So that's how powerful that is. So stay tuned for that message as a follow-up to our conversation conversation here because it can bring value to you and to your business. Zoom is one of our preferred technologies. So rather than having people cancel, which by the way, many of you probably can relate to this, people have postponed or requested a cancellation for their bookings or for their meeting with you in person. And so if they do, I want to give you a few recommendations. One is to thank them immediately. So when they contact you and they're saying, oh my goodness, I need to postpone, it's not happening. Rather than saying, oh, okay, I understand, I'll call you next year. What we can do is we can say thank you. So when people call to cancel, postpone, or make an adjustment to the schedule, what happens is often they have a guard up. They have like this protective armor or some weapons. Like what are they going to say to me? And if they say to me something that I don't like, I can say something back. Well, when you say thank you, what happens is people just simply go, they drop their weapons and they have an ear for what you're going to say next. So thank you so much for reaching out to me. And the beauty of my business is, or the beauty of this business is that it can happen virtually or in person. And so it would be such a gift to be able to share about what we have to offer for you and your guests at this time and bring the message to their homes conveniently. What were some of the reasons you originally decided to book? And so if it was to book a skincare class, to book a jewelry show, to book a cooking experience, to book essential oils. We have a variety of different businesses that are on this line right now to schedule, to learn about health and nutritionals. Whatever your business may be, there was a reason that they originally scheduled to gather people together to learn about the product and the value that you have to offer with the product and the business. So asking them that question, may I ask, what were some of the original reasons you decided to schedule this in the first place? And that brings that thought back to the surface. So they're saying, well, these were the reasons. Well, how exciting, because now more than ever, people are looking for ways to connect. They're looking for ways to have adult conversation. They're looking for ways to improve. And so that's what your virtual experience will bring to people that you care about. Who would you like to invite, or who could benefit from what we have to offer right now? Who would appreciate learning more about these products or this business at this time? So you're transitioning them from, okay, let's do this a year from now to, or 6 months from now, or 3 months from now. You're doing this right now. Now, this is not a theory, my friends, because I am still booking. Nikki is still booking. I've been booking every single day. Yes, it may be June, July, and August. I'm booking calls though now. This is, I think, my 8th or 9th Zoom training with large groups of people this week. So I know people are still booking. And they're also, what I've heard is I'm also attending classes as well, because people are excited to learn. And what this lady was saying yesterday, she goes, I am amazed, as she was teaching and she was the facilitator, she goes, I'm amazed at how many people are showing their video. She goes, more than ever before, because they want to connect. They want to be a part of something. And this is the way that they're doing it. So transitioning with your language, what is possible now and what value that can bring. And I want to remind you, my friends, when it's Zoom technology, you could book as fast as tonight. You could book within an hour. You could book tomorrow. You're not needing to wait for weeks on end to have people gather. Also, when you do share this with your hosts, to share with them, or people that are excited to be your brand ambassadors to share the good news with their network about your business or your product, what happens is that they're looking at this and saying, oh, you know what? Now there's no borders, that we're not confined to who is within our geographical vicinity. Now we can go nationwide, worldwide. We can go global, because of this technology, and you can do it faster. So there's a few recommendations that I want to make for you right now. Number one, okay, number one is when you are going to have a host that's going to engage you with their network, I encourage you to shoot a video. And what I mean by that is it's less, about 45 seconds, a minute at the most. I would say even 30 to 45 seconds would be the best. What it does is when you shoot a video, whether now you're doing this virtual or in person someday, I recommend that you do this. What it does is it creates this essence of humanism. You're a person. You're not a name of a company. You're not this elusive individual that's out there that's going to be sharing this message. You're building a rapport with someone out of the gate. So it introduces you to their guest list. And you're stating your name. So, hi, this is Grace. I'm very excited that Sarah has invited you to XYZ experience, whatever you're going to call it. And you're going to share with them a few things that you can expect when you plug in, or a few things that you can expect when you connect on that Zoom. So you're giving them an idea of what they can look forward to. Then you're from there, say, click below at the link to be able to register for our upcoming conversation, or whatever it may be, for the upcoming Zoom experience and whatever theme you're using. What happens is that they're going to send a video. Your host is going to send a video to her guest list and the link for them to register. It's going to be in the same thread. I recommend it either be in an email, or I prefer text, because then they'll get it immediately. People have their phones with them at all times and they're checking it constantly. So that's a quick tip. The other thing that I'm going to share with you, another hot tip. You ready for hot? Just do that. Just do that right now. Okay, hot. All right, got another hot tip for you. So recommendation immediately. Now, this is a way, I've been using this tool for years. And what I recommend is that you start using it too, because it's going to come in handy. In the past, we would have business cards. Yeah, I still have business cards. I just don't like giving them out. And I know some of you are like, okay, wait, that's weird. You don't like giving your business card out? Yeah, I don't, because people lose them. They're little tiny piece of paper. They get dropped in their purse, in their handbag. And some of us, we've got big handbags. Where did that card go? I don't know. It fell out the bottom. Who knows? I prefer to make myself a contact in my phone. So see here, you're going to go like this. See, you can see mine right there. See my contact? I am my own contact. I encourage you to make your name your own contact. Have a picture, number one. Number two, make your name, your full name, go in the first name category. So you're going to put your first name where it says first and last name in the first name section on your phone. Next, in your last name, you're going to put the name of your business. So whatever the name of your company is, independent distributor, independent consultant, independent representative, independent market brand ambassador, whatever you want to use, you put it in the last name category with your name of your company. Then in where it says company, I want you to write a product that your business is known for. A product, either a product type or the name of a business. So let's say it's skincare. If it's jewelry. If it's technology, whatever. Put that in the name of the company. The reason why is because I share this anytime I meet with someone. So I'll ask them, may I share my contact with you? How many of you have ever asked somebody, can I have your contact information so I can follow up with you? And they're resistant, they don't want to give it to you. Well, this way I have had zero, meaning no one has ever resisted receiving my contact information. So I have asked, may I share with you my contact information? They said, yes. I said, okay, what is the best place for me to send this to? And so then they'll say, well, send it to my text, send it to my phone. So I now have sent them my personal contact information. I shared my own contact with them. Now, these are a few important tips. Because I shared my own contact with them, now they have my information and I also have theirs. So rather than, sometimes people won't give, so now I have it and then I respect what they've given me and I will follow up with them in a timely fashion and also a respectful fashion. They will not lose their phone. So they have me in a safe place in their phone going forward. That is a great tool for you to share with your customer base and with your champions of your products and business and with you. I actually had a gentleman I was meeting with. In the middle of our meeting, I sent him my contact card via text. In the middle of our meeting, he sent it out to 3 people that I've never met, that he referred me to that fast. So what you've done is you've made it easy to share your contact details. So it's simple to network you. And then you also have stayed in their phone. So those are a few of our social tips that we have time to share with you right now. Thoughts, comments, questions
We have
around it of what we've
We have a couple things.
offered.
One, if you all couldn't see, if you didn't set your message or chat area to panelists and attendees, if you didn't get it switched over yet at that down arrow, you aren't seeing some of this good stuff that's coming in. And I'm telling you, I love this one, Tony, when you said there's a hashtag that goes hand in hand with the virtual parties. The hashtag is pound social togetherness. And I thought that was a really, really brilliant idea. And people were loving what we were saying on the business card. And we can do that from home. Everybody we call, we can just send them right away that business card. The other one is, I want to just add something here on social media. Right now for Facebook, please be positive. Please be positive. You can mix up what you say and do, but we want to be positive with our comments. Make people laugh. Give them something fun. A funny one that I just recently did. This is on my personal. I didn't do it on DSWA, but it's a picture of this woman and she's at the refrigerator and it says day 1 isolation. We choose to call this staycation versus isolation, but you can call what you want. So day 1 isolation, and she's in this little nightie that's really cute. And she's really very thin, and her nails are done so pretty. Hands on the refrigerator, opening the door, and she just looks great. Day 30 of isolation, the woman has gained 50 pounds. Her nails aren't done. She is not looking fresh. You can share that with others if you'd like, but I had to put a note. This photo is not me. I just thought I'd let you know. And by the way, the other thing is all of you can take those and, share them with other people, find ways to make people laugh. It interrupts people's pattern, gives them some new thinking, and just a good thing for them to do. And the other thing I put on that same one was a great time to start on a weight loss program. This is the time for us to support other direct sellers, folks, all of us. Jerry Taylor Swade, that I've known for many years, had a post the other day, and she said, instead of going to Amazon or to Ulta or someplace else, support your local economy. Support a local home-based business owner. And I truly believe that. Instead of anything we can buy from each other, we're doing good right now. So mix it up, find other, whether it is Instagram, whether it is Facebook, whether it is LinkedIn, and some of you aren't using LinkedIn. That's where all the professional people are going, folks. Start there. So, and I post random memes to get people laughing. Laughter is the best medicine. That is so true. Eat beans, that helps with social and physical distancing. Oh God, I love you. I love your little humor, Leo. That was wonderful. Anyway, oh, Ruth, you're on here too. Some of us are doing a daily song that we love. That's a good idea. Lots of good thoughts. I love you all. Okay, Grace. Next.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wait. I have one more tip, real quick.
Okay,
Just very
back.
fast. So again, as we shared with you, people are answering their phones. They are available. They are homeward bound. So what's exciting, and so one thing that I've been doing, and people have been so gracious about it. So because we have 8 children, that's right, 8 is great. So
9 is not fine.
nine is not divine. No, it's not. 8 is great though. So when I'll have one of my children coming in, because that's going to be the reality, and normally that wouldn't. They'd be at school, or they would have the woman that would come and watch them here in our home. Anyways, So what I share with them in a fun way is, please know that I may have some guest speakers on the line. And as long as you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. So that was one tip that I wanted to share with you to kind of make things a bit fun, is I may have some guest speakers. The other thing is to reach out and to let people know guest speakers are great. They're welcome and invited. And when you pick up the phone to call people, being mindful about timeliness. So I'm going to share with you another quick tip. I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can get that on anything of the, whatever else we're posting up as we continue to go forward and serve our direct selling community in this manner. One thing though that I've been doing is I'll pick up the phone, and these are a few ways to approach the conversation that makes you timely, efficient, and impactful. So number one is to ask for the person with using their first name. So may I speak with Bev? And Bev says, yes, this is Bev. Hi, Bev, this is Grace. Christina said that you and I are meant to be friends, and that I need to know you. So you're going to give her a reason for your call and the reason for the connection. Or it could be, hi, Bev, we met the other day in line. And this is Grace. We met the other day in line. And I want to ensure that this is a good time. I'm calling to connect for 2 to 3 minutes. Now, my friends, that very simple statement is super important. Number one is, I said her name, I said my name, it was casual. I reminded her of how we connected, whether it be someone referred me or I personally reached out. The other thing is, we didn't ask a question. Is this a good time? Is this a bad time? That used to be the tactic. It's not, this is simply making a statement, want to ensure that this is a good time. I'm calling to connect. People remember that innate need to connect. I'm calling to connect for 2 to 3 minutes. When you say 2 to 3 minutes, what you're saying is you're giving yourself an opportunity to build rapport. You're also not saying, may I have a minute, because it's really not a minute, and that will frustrate people, and it's challenging to build rapport in a minute. You're also setting them at ease, knowing, oh my goodness, this person is going to be efficient and effective with their time. They've thought about what they're going to say to me, and I can find 2 to 3 minutes. The reason I say that, and that's why when we started this webinar, we shared with you how long what our time investment would be, so that you could mentally prepare. What happens is if that healthy time boundary is not communicated, people think 30 minutes, this 30-second conversation was 30 minutes. They over-exaggerate the time. So when you ask for 2 to 3 minutes, what you're saying is that's the sweet spot. Then when you get to that 3-minute mark, which you likely will, is to request, I respect your time. I wanted to check in with you and to see if it would be okay to continue for another 5 to 10 minutes now, or if we shall reschedule for later today or tomorrow. What works best for you? You've given them the dignity of choice. Most people will say, yeah, 5 to 10 minutes, I've got 5 to 10 more minutes. Minutes later day or the next day. So that has worked brilliantly as we have been practicing this for a while now, and continue to refine it to see how people are responding. Most people are excited to connect with you. And when you give them that time frame, what you're doing a couple things, my friends. You are communicating that mountains can be moved in moments, meaning a lot can be accomplished in a short period of time. What that tells people is that it doesn't take hours to build a successful business or to do what you do. You can be efficient and accomplish great things in a short period of time. You're modeling what's possible with your business by taking that brevity, that briefer approach. Any thoughts, comments, or questions on these concepts?
Please just type them into the box there. And while you're doing that, I have one more tip. I just did a Zoom yesterday for one of our corporate clients. And one of the things I talked about was wearing logo wear. Now, you don't need to wear it around the house, but if you get to go to the grocery store, or your husband goes to the grocery store, you're in a line, like at Costco, waiting to go around the block, You might want to have a backpack with the name of your company on it or something about what you do, and a shirt, because you're standing there for an hour. People are going to ask you questions. So find ways to let people know what you do and start conversations and ask questions for them. Oh, tell me, what are you working from home now, or whatever it is, to build that conversation. What do you say instead of, is this a good time to talk? So she didn't ask if it was good or not good. Say it again, Grace.
Yeah, so I basically said, want to ensure that this is a good time to connect for 2 to 3 minutes. Want to ensure that this is a good time to connect for 2 to 3 minutes. As using the word that is what people are hungry for. So they're hungry for connection. I had someone actually text me yesterday that put a little lady looking out the window as people were walking by, and she was like, she was definitely a people person. She was like, isolation. Like, she was like leaning out the window as people were walking by. So people are feeling that way. So connect, using that, and we're very mindful of the language that we use. We design, every piece of curriculum is designed with intentional, enlightened vocabulary. And so these are words that will draw people closer to you, that will inspire them to pick up the phone, to connect, to be interested in what you're sharing, because it basically elevates their thinking. So when you can elevate a person's thinking, they aspire to be in your space.
Absolutely. So let's talk for a few minutes about brightening someone's life with this business. And not just with the business, it's really with who we are. How can you make people smile or laugh or be happy to see? There's some people, when they walk into the room, everybody lights up and they're so excited to see them. And then there are some people, when they walk into the room or when they walk out of the room, everybody's so happy and excited that they left. We want to be the first one, and we're not walking into anybody's room right now, but even when they hear your voice. So Grace, you want to say a few tips around this?
Sure. So let's advance. So brighten someone's life with this business.
It's up
So
there.
no, one more, mother.
Well, bright and
Yeah.
light. Yeah, it's on my
Yep.
screen.
Oh,
It was on my screen, so I don't know. I'd say go ahead. Did it say for you
so
all?
go ahead and click the right arrow on your computer.
I know, but it says brighten someone's life on my screen. Is that the one you're wanting?
Nope. I'm ready to go
Want
forward to the
add
next.
value.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes. Add
Oh,
value. Yes.
oh, good. Read my lips. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, let's keep it real here. Let's keep it real. So adding value. So anytime when we're going out and we can brighten someone's life, particularly in this business right now, be mindful that some people, they're resistant to the business, and some people are passionate about sharing the business. I encourage you to be passionate about sharing the business, because there are more people that could benefit from what we have to offer now more than ever before. And so looking for ways of, how can I serve this person? How can I give them the dignity of choice? How can I add value to them and their lives? How can I be a conduit from where they are to where they prefer to be? What choices could I make available to this person, whether it be with our product, our service, or with our business? So if your mindset is on adding value, it's interesting. I had a lady call me. I worked on a project for her and her team, and she called me out of the blue, picked up the phone, called me. She goes, Grace, I know it's late. She goes, I didn't even realize what time it was. Can we talk? And I was like, yes. Tell me what's happening in your world. What's new? She goes, well, this may take a little bit. And I was like, sure. And so she emptied her mental cup, and I was talking to her about different programs like this. We've offered this to you as a gift. We've offered this to bring value to your life. And she goes, Grace, I just am so shocked that you would do that. And I said, yes, I would, because when you add value to people's lives, you make emotional deposits under any and all circumstances. Who do they remember when they get through this situation? They remember the people that were there for them. They remember their insight in mind, the people that, you know what, how can I support you with where you're at right now? What is on your mind with regards to with regard to your job and to providing for your family? How are you with where things are right now? Give people the space and the grace to talk it out. That's adding value, emptying out what is going on internally, so that people, it lessens the emotional charge when they have an opportunity to voice it. And then talking to them about, well, how could having your own business, how could that be of service to you right now? What could a business provide your loved ones? What would you be looking for if you were to consider having something of your own? What would be important? What kind of products or services or things that you're passionate about? Asking questions. You're interested. What's important in your life right now? If I would have asked someone that question a month ago, I probably would response than I am today. So if you can posture yourself in that place of, when I'm picking up that phone, it is, how can I be of service? How can I add value? How can I make a difference for this person? See, sometimes our transactions, it can take some time for the transaction to catch up to the transformation. Trust me though, when you're making transformational deposits in people's lives, transactions are bound to follow, whether that be with the person or whether that be with the circumstance, or whether that be because you've done good things in the world, and all of those business opportunities will come to you. Remember that though, sometimes it may be some investment in the people, and the transformational impacts happen before the transaction happens. And to me, the transformational ones are the most important, because when you make a transformational difference, transactions, referrals, friends, connections, um, champions of your business, advocates of what you do and the value you bring, they're out there in abundance. So that is a mindset. It's, how can I add value versus what can I get?
Very good point. And Grace, all of us can add value. Just letting your customers know you're concerned for them, or you're thinking about them. Checking in with your team and giving the team the opportunity to hear from you, not because you're asking for a sale, not because you're seeing they didn't order this month. You know, we don't know what people's situations are right now. And they don't want to tell you their husband's out of work and they don't have any money and the bills are piling up. They don't want to tell you that. So just let them, how are things? What's going well in your life right now? Ask questions that you care. Show people you care. And by the way, if you're afraid to pick up that darn phone right now that you're bothering people, put a sticker on your phone that says, I call because I care. I call because I care about people. And if you make that part of what you're doing every day, then big difference. 5 customers, 5 of your team, and 5 prospective people that may do something in your life. Just 5 people you can give back to. Just make a list every day and watch what happens. It'll massively work for you. How about convenience, Grace? Because we're going to have to talk really fast here.
Yes. Oh, time flies when we're having fun.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
One thought to continue to remember is the convenience of our business. Yes, we may not be doing this in person for right now. And so the convenience of our business is that we still have one. We still have businesses where there are a lot of people that cut hair, that are personal trainers, that serve in restaurants. They don't have a business right now. Their doors are closed. And so what we're doing by continuing to reach out to look for ways to serve people, we're demonstrating that this business is convenient, that you can do this from the comforts of your own home. You can work this business in front of people physically, or in front of people virtually. So you're representing the convenience of what this business has to offer. And so that again is an important thought to, if to how can I be duplicatable in this process? How can I model a best practice? How can I demonstrate how convenient it is to do business with me? How convenient it is to start a business right now, and how they will have an opportunity to learn how to build a thriving home-based business under these circumstances. See, that's one of the blessings that you all have. While everyone else is looking to acclimate working from home, you've been doing it all these years. So you're plug and play, where they're like, okay, I need tools. I don't have a printer. I don't have a computer. They're scrambling to figure out how to make this work. You're light years ahead of them. So you've learned some things over the years. Some of you have been in this business longer than others. So you'll be able to model and teach them. One thing that I will share with you is that if you are repetitively sharing on a concept, you find yourself talking about it call after call after call, I encourage you to record it and make it an evergreen training. What I mean by that is evergreen means that it's constantly available to you. So rather than re-recording this or saying repetitively the same things over and over again, what are some things that you can record to be a plug and play tool to make you efficient right now? Because I'm watching the trajectory, we are watching the trajectory of our profession, and there are people that are hungry for this. They're not just hungry for the business, they're hungry. And the hungry will always do more than the full, my friends. So when you have people that are hungry for a business and they're just waiting to be introduced to it, they're going to do what it takes. So, and I may even ask people, if you've got people that are joining your business right now, asking them what sacrifices, temporary sacrifices, are you willing to make to get to where you'd like to be with this business? What are you willing to give to get what you want out of it? What are you willing to do? Because see, sometimes in our business, we make it sound so easy. Oh, it's easy. You can do this in your sleep. The product flies off the shelf and lands in people's homes. I mean, that's just how it works. And we make it sound like it's so easy. And then people think it's easy and then they do nothing. They think, well, the product sells itself, so I'm going to sit here and wait until success falls from the sky and lands on me. Or I'm going to go out and make success happen. I'm going to go out and do something. I'm going to take action, inspired action. So I encourage you to stop saying these terms. It's easy.
The product sells itself.
The product sells itself.
We don't need you if the product sells itself.
So it's important that we share with people, set them up for success, and say, you know, this business will reward you based on your efforts, based on your activity, based on your willingness to make some temporary sacrifices for long-term gain and immediate gain. So those are some thoughts that are important. Also, I think when you extend the invitation and model this and create opportunities and systems for people to be able to plug in to learn more about your business, to learn more about what you have to offer, you bring hope to them. So shorter, briefer trainings are great. Shorter, briefer introductions to the business are still fantastic, 15 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes at the most when you're introducing people to the business and setting up some consistent things, like consistent Zooms that people can plug into and plug their teams into and their prospects into right now. So they're hearing different voices and different messaging and different questions and different interactions, because that is duplicatable. You talking to every single person that's curious about the business for your entire organization, that's not duplicatable. So those are a few fast thoughts about what we wanted to share with you.
I'm going to talk just a little bit more about hope, because I believe this profession brings people hope. It's a way that they can have a plan B. It doesn't have to be the plan A. It can be the plan B. And right now, all the people that have been going through all these layoffs are people that went with a plan A that they thought was going to be it forever and get the fake gold watch and retire, and it's not happening. So I'm saying to you, this is a great time to share the business. Do it secondly, though. Build the relationship first. Build the relationship with people. Find out where they are, what they're looking for. This is a good choice for people, and I'm hopeful for the direct selling profession. I think this whole situation that we're dealing with right now is going to massively impact the numbers of people that come into our business and are looking for another option. They don't want to live in fear. They want to know they have choices. So I believe there's lots of hope for all of us that are out there. This is our chance to wrap it up, and we have insights. Please type into the chat box, what were the biggest things that you are taking away from this particular webinar? And we have more free ones that are coming down the pike. You know, get engaged, find out about that. But insights, type them into the box, what it was for you. And I'm going to put up our last slide because we really invite you to take action right now. We invite you to be a part of the DSWA community, the direct selling community. Check in, get engaged, do things, because you know what? Sometimes when people aren't earning as much as maybe they'd want, that is the perfect time to be learning. If you're not earning, be learning. But I'm going to tell you right now, you all can be earning. If you take any one of the tips or ideas that we brought up today, adding value to others, giving back, being of service, other things that are coming in, inviting my father-in-law to be a part of what we're doing. Oh, well, Grace, you're gonna have to read some of these. My eyes can't move that fast. There's a lot of good things coming in here. I've placed my business on hold. No longer is it going to be on hold. Oh, that is so exciting. Rebooting our mindset. Excellent. Getting my kids on the train with me. Basic needs, belonging, connecting, improving. The beautiful mindset. Having joy in your life. Taking away the contact info, very good. We can provide an opportunity to earn when people are uncertain and worried about next week's paycheck. You've got it. I'm so excited. I can tell you picked it up and you were actually listening and taking this all in. Ah, you all are making our day. And it's still daytime here in Hawaii. All you Aussies and New Zealanders, it's still early for you too, but we got people, it's late, and you stayed till the very end. I'm so proud of all of you for your dedication to your families, to your business, to our profession as a whole. One last thing I'm going to end with. Put your hands like this with me and just say this with me, and Grace will say it the second time. The river of life, the river of life is smooth when everything that we do, is for the good of all, is for the good of all. If we keep that in mind, the choices we're making today, how can we create win-win-win-win-win in our world? And watch what happens. You've got huge opportunity. You have hope. You are in a good place. Share, give back, find ways to contribute to your community. Right now, do a webinar for people that are business people. Talk to the chamber and say you want to do something on how to do a home-based business. People are searching, and that is a resource. They won't forget you. They'll remember you long after this is all done. So you're going to receive a copy of this recording. You'll also hopefully receive the chat so you can see what other people had to say. We just want to say mahalo, and that means thank you in Hawaiian. So mahalo for your time, mahalo for your love, mahalo for just being in our lives. We're grateful for each one of you. Grace, anything else to wrap up with?
Yes, I wanted to share with you to be beyond well. Continue to share the gifts that you have been prepared to share at this time. You've been prepared for this time. And so use and leverage the gifts to support others in this season. And we're here for you. So if you have questions or thoughts or comments, if you want to connect with us socially on Facebook, or you want to reach out to us directly, you're welcome to do that. We're very personable, and we are home, obviously.
Oh,
So thank you all, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. So Nicki, shall we share with them how to connect with us?
right there it is, that free webinars. Go to the DSWA.org, go to Facebook, the DSWA. You can ask questions, you can private message. I now have a business page. I'm so excited. So you all can now, if I couldn't take more than 5,000, so now everybody can join it. If you find it, I think it's n.kohoho. So go ahead and look on there, because the Nicki Kohoho, I can't give it home, but we really
So
want
we'll,
to be with you.
yes, and so some of you are asking even about the Zoom offer, so we're going to share it with you right now. So those, you get perks for staying on the line the longest, which is so exciting. So here's your perk. So you have access to it right away. You're going to type into your browser, so it's https:// dot or a period working live period US. So DSWA dot working live dot US. And you're going to type in, when you get to that landing page, you're going to type in DSWA as the password. If you already have a Zoom account, that's okay. You're going to be able to plug in your same information. You're going to receive an email to confirm that you want to enhance your services with Zoom. And so let me share with you very quickly how impactful that this offer is. This is for our DSWA clients and members, and those that they choose to refer to the program. And it is an enterprise level Zoom account. Normally, if you would go directly to Zoom, you'd pay $160 per month for this service, US dollars. Because you're getting it through the DSWA, and Nicki had the imagination that this would be a need 6 months ago. I'm so thankful for you for that, Mom. She knew that there was going to be a need for it, and now there is. So you can get this enterprise level account, which is 500 meeting attendees and 500 webinar attendees and up to 10,000 live streaming attendees for $9.99 per month.
And I just want to say to everybody, we weren't planning on doing that because we didn't want to sell anything on this deal, but what we did, we were getting requests and we wanted to share that with you. And so again, I don't know if you have to put in the HTTP. I think you can just do dswa.workinglive.us password, and then the password is just DSWA. So that will be good. But we just love our members, and we're so thankful for all of you who have chosen to be a part of your professional association. So that's about it. So I already have a premium account for $11 per month. This is a much better deal. Go to that page and you'll see the benefits. You get to keep your same password, you get to keep all your recordings, and you can put more people on there an unlimited time. Lots of good things around that. So, and yes, you can get this in Australia, in any country. This is the time to begin communicating more often with people, and they can see you. So you know what? Sometimes we're not looking fresh, but just do your best to at least have your clothes on. I had somebody that didn't have their clothes on recently. It wasn't a good thing. So, okay, talk to y'all later.
Wait, we have one more question, Mom. Is this a Zoom? Is this an additional $9.99 on top of what you're already paying? No. So you will receive, if you're paying more than $9.99, which I had one lady, she said she was paying over $100 per month, you're going to get a refund for the difference of what you've paid. And now from this day forward, when you process your registration, you will pay $9.99. Now, we've announced this to many people in one-on-one conversations, and then they've been sharing it with others. And so I want you to be aware that it may lag a little bit, and that's okay. It's still going to work. It's still going to work. It just, it's getting a lot of people accessing it because it is so important right now that we have connection tools. And so those are that we wanted to be able to share that with you. Yes, you don't have to make a refund request. The request will naturally happen, I think, and the account merge needs to be requested. Yes, the account merge needs to happen. There we go.
And the
Thanks
last one
all.
for everybody is just know we're strong people. Everybody that's in direct selling, we are resilient. We can handle this and whatever else comes our way. We're stronger together. So stay connected with your teams, stay connected with your company. And we had a couple of company executives on here. I know who you are. You didn't know I saw your name, but I did. And I'm just going to say your connection with your field is important right now more than ever before. So let's all enjoy the rest of our day. And thanks again to everyone. Can you write out what oh gosh, this is a new person. I'm so happy. DSWA is the Direct Selling World Alliance. Direct Selling World Alliance. So we work with people all over the world, just like you. And I'm so glad somebody shared this with you today. So more to come. Go online, check out the events. We'll talk to you soon. Everybody have a blessed day.
Bye, everyone. Thank you again for your investment of time. See you soon.
Bye-bye.